What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I told you that I would start doing not only some educational videos, but some videos on magic. After all, I am a teacher, so I figure I don't need to just teach math, I could teach some other things. So, welcome to Magic 101. I want to warn you right now, you're about to learn some things for magic that might bum you out. Because once you learn these, really, it kind of takes away the mystical part of magic. So if you're okay with that, tune in, keep watching. If not, hit subscribe, and then run really, really fast away. Just kidding. But, check it out. This video, I'm going to teach you two easy, one difficult force to do. And what is a force? You're talking about use the force, Luke. No, I'm not talking about the actual force. A force is the ability to make anybody draw the cards you want. What am I talking about? I'm basically saying, hey, I want you to draw a card. So I might say, pick a number between 1 and 10. Go. And you say 5. I say, okay. So what I'm going to start doing is I'll start dealing from the bottom of the deck. Count cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and flip over that next card, 9, and I'll hand that card to you. That was the 9th card. So tell me view, which is, this case, ironic, the 9 of clubs. You would take that, and I would give that your card. But the thing is, what you don't know is I already knew you were going to get the 9 of clubs. It's called a force. So I'm going to teach you 3 forces, starting with that one right there. That is called the slide force. At least that's what I call it. Does it really have that name? I don't know. But with the slide force, it's actually really simple. You just need to know what the bottom card is. So you can have your spectator shuffle. Shuffle, done. As long as I know what the bottom card is, it doesn't matter. So in this case, bottom card is the 10 of spades. I'm going to do what's called, now, the slide. Okay, this is a really simple technique. It helps if you have the deck in the palm of your hands and you're going to squeeze it. Okay, about halfway down, so you're here protecting these cards. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my thumb right here, and I'm just going to slightly slide so that that 10 of spades has a little bit of a gap in the top right here. And you notice there's another 10 behind it. So what it looks like here is this. But that's in my hand. The spectator's not going to see it. And when I'm dealing these out, I'm not dealing, okay, there's there. No, I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab just enough. I'm going to grab this card right here, right? I'm going to place it down. So you may say, hey, pick a card between 1 and 20. And you may go 7, perfect, and go 1. And you go 2, oh, so I got 2 there. 2, 3, 4, 5. And you say, keep going, 6, right? And then when you get to that 7th card, I'm not going to grab this missing one. I'm going to grab my force card, my 10 of spades. I'm going to hand it to them. But to them, it looks random, right? But in all reality, you know exactly what it is. It's called a slide. It's a really easy one to practice. If I were you, the best way to practice it, guys, and I'm going to tell you what's going to happen a lot is you're going to make the mistake of accidentally sliding 2 cards. That'll happen. You have to be careful with that. It actually doesn't matter in the sense of the force as long as you grab that bottom card and you the last one. Okay? I'm going to actually show you how that force is really cool for a magic trick in another video. Next is what the fan force. Okay? Now this trick does involve a little bit of setup, but not too much. The key is something simple like this. Now I showed you what that top card is on purpose. Okay? So what you'd have the person do is draw a card. Now this is one of those ones where you would just tell them to point. So we'll say the spectator points to that card right there. You would show it to them. But wait a second. That was just the top card. What? It's called a force. I knew exactly what card I wanted to give them. In this case, I might say, hey, I want to give you the 4 of hearts. Do you think you can handle it? So I come in here, you point to that card right there. Perfect. There it is, the 4 of hearts. Did you see it? This is a really cool one where if you're just, all you're doing is you're palming a card in your hand. So 5 of clubs. And I would have it here as I go to fan. And you'll notice, since I have the deck tilted down, they can't actually see that card that's right here in my hand. Okay, you can't see it. It's designed. When they point to a card, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that card, so in this case they point to the 4 of hearts, and I'm actually going to slide it behind my 5 of clubs and show it to them. Okay? It's called the fan force. I like that one. That one's really easy to use. You could usually disguise it as shuffling and cutting, and you just cut the top card into your hand. Okay? That's kind of the easiest way, or if you already know you're going to do a trick, there's other ways where you can just pull that card off the bottom as you fan, right? You can do one of those. So notice I pulled it off the bottom, right? And so I'm going to force that ace of spades. Either way you can do that. That's your second force. The third force is the hardest one. just to be honest. But it's one that I think you can handle. This one is one of my favorite forces because I could basically say, here, what I want to do is I want you to draw a card. And I would say, when I fan through the deck like this, I want you to tell me to stop. And you'd say, okay. So you'd say stop, and I'd say, perfect, I want you to take this card. Now, I already know this card's the 7 of clubs because I forced it to you, right? I do that over and over again. What card do you want to draw? I want you to draw the 7 of clubs. Now you're thinking, wait, how did you do that? Right? That one right there is what's called the fan. It's called the riff force, I think. The riff shuffle, riff force, something along those lines. It's really complicated. This is going to take some practice. It doesn't matter where a person stops, right? They could say, stop way down here, and I'm like, okay, there's your 7 of clubs. Right? And you might even have to slow the video down to see how it's done, but it's one of those cool ones. So check it out. This one's actually really simple. It's how you hold the deck. So I'm going to take the deck. I'm going to put my knuckle right here about 3/4 of the way up, right? And I'm going to take these 3 fingers, okay, right here. I'm going to put pressure right here, okay? Pressure on that top card. Now that top card here is the 7 of clubs, okay? So I'm going to put pressure across the thing. So that means now when I go to fan, on purpose, I'm fanning through. Doesn't matter where they say stop, as long as I'm doing pressure. If I were you, I would practice just fanning with that pressure, okay? Then what you're going to do is you're going to take, they say stop, and you're going to grab these cards right here. But you notice, because I'm putting pressure, the top card stays, and I'll say, perfect, you can have that card, okay? That right there is called a riffle, right? And sometimes what will happen is when you go to do it, you might not grab all of the cards, which is okay. They're going to end up with that card right there. All right, just something that I've seen people do in my experience, right? When they say stop, they're wanting this card where they stopped on. So best way to combat that is I'll fan through like this and say stop, and then I'll turn it like this so that I see that card, because then they can't say I want that card, because I'll be like, oh, I already saw that one, you don't want that one, right? And without practice, a couple times what you do is you might accidentally drop some cards, and you'll be like, oh, you don't want that one, you want that one. Like, be careful with it. As I get cards on the ground, practice, right? Why would you use these forces? Forces, knowing what a person's card is, guys, is a great way to start a magic trick, okay? Most of the time, magicians know what your card is before they even do the trick. So let's use these forces to do a magic trick, shall we? Which one's your favorite? Comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to go ahead and use this one. You'll recognize it. Go ahead and tell me when to stop. Spectator says stop. I say perfect. Your card is going to be the 10 of spades. All right? And then I tell them, awesome, we're going to do some shuffling. Ooh! Dropping cards on the ground. You can even do a regular riff shuffle. It's not going to matter. All right? And you tell the spectator, okay, your card is attracted to you. Because you drew that card randomly, it's going to come to you no matter what, right? And you show them, watch. Do a little flick, and you say, look, there's your 10. That's a problem. Hold on a second. And you tell them to place their hand out like this, right? So I'll tell them, place their hand out. I take that card and I put it back on there, and I would tell them, go ahead and snap. Snap, and then their card is there, right? Again, because it's a force, I knew what their card was, I could do that whenever I want, right? I knew what their card was, I could do all kinds of crazy things. I could say, all right, here, we'll try that one more time because you don't believe me. Take your card, there's your 9 of clubs, right? Oh, that wasn't your card? Oh, sorry, how about that one? Right? That's another skill I might teach you later called a double lift. Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe, leave comments, hopefully like this video. See you later.